because why not? Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the third game of the day. This is one that we're actually quite looking forward to here. It's Rize Gaming, who we saw absolutely stomp in the first game we cast, up against NSLW, who we saw absolutely stomp in the second game we cast. And of course, these are all just best of one matches. The loser gets knocked out of this whole qualifying bracket. So it's a big game. It's a very big game, and thankfully, because otherwise I would die of exposure and thirst, I'm joined by Davedy. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here.
What do you think of these bads and picks so far? I know you're going to have a lot to say because I'm seeing a couple of familiar faces.
Rize is going to win
Straight off the bat,
the series.
this is bold statement time.
It's going to happen. They're going to win the series. AA pick. Every AA pick dominates every draft. Every draft is about the AA ban. Do they ban AA or not? Otherwise, we're going to see some very familiar faces. AA ban dominates the draft yet again, and Rize is going to win the series.
Well, I mean, what do you think of those specific? I mean, Avenge and Jug were the ones I was wondering if you had anything to say about, because I think you have had things to say about them before.
Jug, is he good? We're not going to find out in this series either because they're just going to ban him. And the troll. Yep. AA ban. This strategy is on. Whoever does it best wins. Going to be Ash Dazzle? Probably. Could be something else, but that would be the logical choice.
I mean, Troll is Troll's a great hero. I think Troll brings a huge amount to a huge number of different
that 40
lineups.
Armor is nice. A lot of physical damage.
Absolutely. I'm not confident with your Rize will win.
10
They're gonna win the series.
Immediate bet.
Ooh.
They go for the Lion.
Pick.
Interesting hero. Doesn't see a huge amount of play these days, but I think that's more because
Pickaxe.
he's just very straightforward. Like a couple of simple disables,
great against
nice mana drain, but no huge combos. Unlike,
He's
for
great
example,
against the troll. He's
AA,
really good.
Venge, those kind of heroes.
The Axe. Axe, Lion, great start to dual lane or tar lane.
There it is. Will you? And just in case anybody's suspicious here, we do have a 2-minute delay on the stream, so there won't be. There's no chance of any stream sniping during the draft or anything like that. But yeah, kind of prescient a little bit there.
I got this, dude. I got this meta like I've cracked it. I figured it out.
That's a bold claim, but it does seem to be settling down a little bit, I suppose. Like I can't.
Yep. Stop
Interesting
banning
points.
AA, guys, or this is gonna happen. Stop doing it.
Interesting points. So explain, why is the AA so significant rather than say?
Because coming up next is gonna be a Dazzle or an Abaddon or an Omni Knight. Some big healer to sustain Axe and let it be tanky. And AA is so great against healers. He's great against a 5-man push. That's a sustaining push. Like a Necrophos would be great with this team for the Axe team. You could see that working great. But AA would ruin Necrophos because you can't heal. So AA ban just means that this great. AA was so strong. We were talking about this again last time we cast. AA was so strong because he was like the one force, the Gandalf the Grey holding back the Balrog of Axe Dazzle aggro tri-lanes. He was holding it back. And now teams are banning him, and no one knows what to do anymore.
I mean, I'm going to try and contest this slightly. I don't think fundamentally that there is anything hugely wrong with running aggro tries, junglers,
No?
farming mids,
You're so right.
group up and push strats, and any one of those should technically, if played correctly and responsively in the early game, be able to scale better than the strategy that you just described.
You're right. What I'm saying is that that strategy has received so many buffs because it's been so critically underutilized over the last 2-3 months.
Okay.
It has received so much buff that it is overpowered. This is not like the Vici Gaming Pugna push. This is just a man-fighting action turns, partially because the game has become more commercialized, and that's the type of play that audiences like. Lots of fighting, man mode, grr, go get 'em. They like to see fights. And so people have been encouraging that type of play, and so it's been incentivized. Necro, Troll, Axe, Dazzle, Abaddon. You know, these are old Centaur. These are the big man-fighting heroes. These are the heroes you used to talk about that some Russian in a pub would play these heroes. And those are heroes that have been buffed over and over again. Okay. Well, now they're really good. AA is a really good hero against that. He's not the only one, but he's, I'd say, probably the best against that. Because Coddle's very weak right now, although otherwise Coddle. And Vino, I think, has been underutilized.
Ooh, Rize Gaming picking up the IO. If Gimli's still watching, Gimli, if you are, hi. But there's your IO friend. We were talking about right-click buffs earlier as well. That's the overcharge on IO is another one which definitely deserves a mention for that purpose. Just absolutely huge. The attack speed and healing you can get off that. Nobody really to sync up to yet that I like. I mean, Axe for keeping Axe alive, yeah, that's good. But
IO Axe is great early. It's great.
It's great early, but I'm talking late. I'm talking for the relocate ganks. There it is.
Well, there you go.
There it is. IO Tiny on top of Lion Axe.
So Axe is going to make space for Tiny.
What are the lanes here, though?
Dire's making a very...
I think we might see, from Radiant, off-lane duel mid, solo safe.
Axe Lion mid, IO Tiny safe lane.
It's going to be very, very hard, one way or another, for NSLW to actually predict where they need to lane their heroes here to get the better of this. Silencer, though, I do like that pickup. I really do. It's going to neuter the line in fights. Tiny, at least until he gets his Axe, is going to be a lot less effective. And even if he can get it timed right, it'll mess with the Axe, because Axe's survivability comes from that armor bonus.
And
Disruptor also huge pick here. If he can get Axe, then that is the sudden point in the game when the team fights start going NSLW's way.
Don't forget the Silencer's disarm. That disarm is one of the best things about Silencer, and it's so underutilized, or so underthought about.
That's true. That's true. Disarms are something I'm not too strong about, so by all means, point them all out to me. I'm also looking forward to Faceless getting the Troll ulti during his chronos.
Of course. But Silencer, last word. If you put last word on someone, and they don't cast a spell before last word pops off, then not only are they silenced, but they are disarmed for like 5, 6, 7 seconds, so they cannot hit. You can disarm a troll, a faceless, a viper, anybody. Yeah,
this is going to be huge. I honestly, from these drafts, I don't think the draft is too one-sided. I don't, because a lot of the stuff Rize is trying to do is a gamble, apart from anything else. IO Tiny can go horribly, horribly wrong. I think it's going to come down to skill. Now we've seen both of these teams play once today.
Or Dire.
Which do you think is a more skilled team?
5 seconds.
Is a more what?
Skilled team.
Skilled?
Skilled. Possessing skill.
Rize.
You reckon Rize? Well, I think that might clinch it for them then, unless something huge happens in this last draft. But that's what I trust more than the draft here, because I do think the Dire draft is absolutely lethal in the right hands.
Who can Dire put mid against the Lion Axe? Who's the best hero against that? Whoa, that's greedy.
Highly mobile, highly greedy, but
that's going to force Axe to the solo offlane. I do not like that pick.
I disagree. I think they can do dual offlane, dual mid, solo safe lane Ember if they want to. Depends on who the offlane is going to be. But if it's Faceless Void,
solo safe laner.
If it's Faceless Void, he can be.
If it's Faceless, yeah, you're right. Don't put the Faceless safe lane. Put the Troll mid. Or put the Silencer mid or something. But don't put the Faceless against the Ember. Don't let him have that lane.
10 seconds to go.
Go punish that Ember.
Jeez, these lanes are going to be tricky to.
Troll Disruptor off lane. Silencer Faceless Void safe lane and someone mid. Go dual lanes. And then pick a mid here. Who can do? So then the question is, what mid does well against Lion Axe?
Wouldn't Silencer do fairly well?
No.
He wouldn't farm. He'd get XP. He's not the one who needs farm here.
No, he away fast enough. I think a Bristleback. Or a Viper. Yeah, Viper.
There's a Viper.
Yep, Bristleback or Viper, yep.
So at least in terms of those last picks, we've got something that should make it a bit of an interesting game for you.
I hope it is. I hope it's dual lanes.
And I will just say this once now and once at the end of the game, guys. Please do consider following and subscribing. Really does help us do what we're doing, get into bigger tournaments and stuff. And we would love to be doing this all day, every day. Believe me. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game. I gotta say, I'm mainly wanting to disagree with you here and give us a bit of spice here, because think Rize might have it, but I am hugely impressed by what the Dire team can dish out. I'm going to be their fanboy for this game.
They have a great combo. They have great combo. Amazing combo.
They've got
This
potential.
should be
Potential out the wazoo.
Their draft is better.
You want to introduce one of the teams? Oh,
I'll
look at
introduce
that axe set. Not even going to bother. He wins the fashion show. Look at that shoulder plate.
Whoa, very nice.
Look at that shoulder plate.
Very nice. That is a Mordor. That's a Sauron set.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Uruk-hai.
come out recently, and we'll be seeing a lot more of those on axes, I think, as those new treasures get.
People
bought
love
more of.
Axe, man. People love Axe. This is the happiest Dota fat people have had in a while.
Crush asking for a quick pause. We had Crush in the chat, by the way, so it's going to be interesting to see him play now. Just having a quick look, seeing if any of the other heroes warrant a mention. We've got almost a full set from this Ember Spirit, and it's strange because assuming he bought the set, he should have that final piece. So
I don't like this set. It's too European.
what do you mean it's too European?
The helmet, the faceplate and the shoulder pads are not, but the helmet is not correctly shaped.
I'm going to go check that out in a second. I'm just doing my final look on the Faceless Void, who does have the Cthulhu head, which is great, but otherwise...
Oh yeah, that's like the good Faceless Void set.
Alright, let's have a look at this too European. Isn't that an Asian style helmet?
Not the
Imperial...
faceplate is, but not the helmet. No.
Ember Spirit.
Not that wide. Yeah.
That looks Imperial Chinese to me. Something.
I don't
see it as European. No.
Is it Japanese or Chinese?
I'm not. I
The
would have said
faceplate's
Chinese.
not right.
But c'est la vie. I mean, we are looking at a giant flaming spirit,
That's true.
zipping around with.
That's a fair point.
Maybe we're overthinking this. Maybe
That's a
that's
fair
what's going
point.
on here. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe.
Maybe.
Okay,
All right,
ready
we're
out
Famous
from
for
Crush,
gaming.
and we are good to go. Oh yeah, and sorry, which team did you want to introduce?
No, I'll introduce Rize since I'm their fanboy apparently.
You
Alright,
are.
so playing for Rize. We have Crush going solo off lane on this axe. Oh, I don't like that. Yoda on the lion, maybe heading bottom to support his Ember Spirit. They are gonna get that Faceless Void matchup they want. We have Dupzai on the Ember Spirit. Then we have Rize Gaming at his name is cut off. Marend something maybe. I think
Tiny.
Marend. Oh, Marend Dota.
New
The
Lego
Io,
Chima
sorry.
sets.
What is
Ice
this?
Bites
Sorry,
Claw Driller
what the hell is
attacks
this?
Chima.
Damn adverts! Sorry, carry on. Glad
What?
the game was. I just had some giant loud advert pop up, and I assume the stream heard. it.
Okay. Nope, it was on the stream. I think you're okay.
Well, 2
Okay.
minutes from now.
Okay.
But sorry, were you
so-
trying to say Matrice, the tiny?
No, Marindota and Matrice is a tiny. I was confused.
Right, yep,
one of the
gotcha.
names is cut off in my Steam overlay, so I was having trouble seeing it.
Roger, Roger. I'm going to wait for the unpause to introduce the Dire, just so we get a nice little bit of action there. And I think we are ready to go. Here we go. As we see, Good Boy, last game's Slark, coming out on the Troll Warlord. Looks like he'll be heading mid. We've got Viper heading to the defensive tri-lane, it looks like. Going to be played by Luca. Faceless Void offlane, going to be played by Hunger Killer. Silencer, going to be played by Big McDoog. That's it. And finally, Dota Billy taking the Disruptor. And they are going to spot out this Axe, who I assume was trying to get a lane obs up, but didn't. So I'm not sure what to make of that entirely. Dire do manage to get their obs out. Faceless Void getting a good one out for his protection. Not going to get any bot rune vision though. Does that block the camp? It doesn't, right?
Which one?
The Dire obs bottom.
No.
No.
The camp block is like all the way over here.
Okay. So no block there. Viper picking up one rune. Over on the mid, it's Io picking up the other, and Io doing a fair bit of aggro scouting here. I'm not sure whether he's just trying to pick up a Orb of Venom, possibly. Might be what we're seeing here.
But then backs off?
But then backs off. Yeah, it's confusing. Things are
He wants
happening.
to save for the bottle. I mean, I can understand the decision.
So
And
it
he's just
was
gonna
walk out
back to the
there,
bottom.
get a bounty, walk back to base, get a bottle.
Oh, what is he doing?
I
He's just
am
not gonna
unclear.
show till he gets the bottle.
I am unclear. Troll leading the last hits chart at 1-0. Ember Spirit roaring up with one last hit, but let's not forget Lion with the deny. Viper with 2 last hits,
Oh,
suddenly
they get to deny against that tiny.
ripping to the front. Okay, I'll stop that now. And IO stacking,
And this
I
Axe is gonna
imagine.
get wrecked
Yeah,
by these
he's-
orbs. This is a bad decision to leave him solo. I don't understand that at all.
IO stacking 2 caps at once. Can he do it? Nope, only gets 1. And not the one he wanted, I think. Down here in this bot lane, yeah, Faceless Void is going to struggle. Flame Guard is going to do big damage. Viper is going to give plenty of lockdown for enough time to kill this Faceless
Well,
Void.
Io has his bottle, so maybe they can actually play Dota now.
Well, they got a stack. They weren't doing nothing.
Okay.
So, it wasn't the stack they wanted, though. It's the one far away from mid lane. But I'm just not sure how long
getting
Hunger
wrecked.
Killer survives down here on the safe lane. Like, we've got 3 things of
How does
lockdown.
that
We've
go
got
on?
DOT.
Why is Lion being so passive?
Well, he's waiting for level 2, which I think is needed.
Look at the levels. He's got level 2.
He's got level 2. Where's he off to then?
Where is
more,
he? He's
more
stacking.
stacks, I guess. They're going to
Go
play the
kill
late farming
Faceless.
game.
Go kill the Faceless.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I got to say.
Ember Spirit has used Flame Guard. Now the lane's gonna push out because of that. And now they're not gonna get a chance to kill Faceless.
And Axe looks to be heading on mid. Wants to get a call off on Good Boy.
Faceless went poor man's first. A really good decisioning in this lane.
I don't see it. Axe with Illusion Rune. That's actually perfect for eating up that large stack. But are they just abandoning the off lane then? That seems a bit of a sketchy choice. Lion now rotating in. Wants to jump in behind this Faceless Void. He is going to get spotted out by the Obs, but I think they might just... Oh, Faceless Void wasn't aware.
Oh, went the wrong way. Axe, what are you doing? Oh no.
What's up? Yeah, I'm not entirely clear what Rize are up to here. There's a lot of strange plays going on. A lot of lane XP being lost.
No.
And,
Go on him.
and a lot of potential
the
kills
2-on-1.
not happening. All in the sake of a couple of stacks. And they don't have anybody who's going to be able to eat up those stacks easily very early. Crush being brought
Axe is already
hugely
forced
low
out of the
here.
off lane.
Is going to get a lot of right clicks as he waits for this lane to start moving backwards. But there is just a huge amount of gold there, which no one can take.
What? I don't understand not going for this Void anymore. Really punish him.
I don't either. I mean,
He's doing great.
the benefit for
Yeah,
it is it's only a Viper farming. Now, Viper can do huge things with farm, but he's not one of those people that you just
Yeah.
fundamentally cannot allow to farm.
The IO Tiny's not working out that great anyway.
No, the IO Tiny is not. It's a disruptor troll mid, which I think was a smart choice. Get some
Yeah, that works well.
double
That's fine.
heroes out there to combat the classic. Would you call it a classic Fnatic or a classic Hehe? Because I see Hehe. I always associate it with Hehe, but people always say Fnatic.
Well, I mean, that's sort of a question of inventing versus popularizing.
Right. So Hehe.
IO does get the slow. I mean, Tiny does get the slow. Axe is here, but
Axe is
he
here
does
for
have his tranquils.
some reason.
He has tranquils. He's gonna try again, but it's tough against that Viper.
4-minute rune spawns. What did the IO get? A regen. So
I-
they're going
I
to be
do
able to be a
not
little
like-
bit more aggressive here.
This Axe look at his skill build. It's very wrong against a Viper silencer. The call is not gonna do you any good. You need battle hunger.
Yeah, battle hunger. I mean, against Viper, it is hard to pick a time when he's not going to be getting last hits, but it's certainly
Put on the
possible.
silencer. Cause problems.
Troll rushing this. Troll was rushing that a little bit, but Matrice healed up incredibly quickly by the IO, which is pretty much what IO will do, right?
That is his
2
job.
points in Earth Spike, 1 point in Hex, and not a single attempted gank yet by Yoda. Rize, I'm sure, will pull something out of the bag at some point, and it will look hugely dramatic. But this early game for them could have been
What are they waiting on?
a lot more effective. I'm not. It seems like they're trying to do a lot of complicated things. It doesn't seem like they're reaping the benefit of a lot of those complicated things.
What are they waiting for to go on the basis?
And that is supported. Matrice being brought hugely low, drops the stun though on Good Boy, who's also brought low. Static field out. That's going to hold up Rendota. And everyone makes it out though. Troll being the one who almost died. Meanwhile, at the bottom, Faceless Void finally is suffering a little bit here, and that's first blood. Good job. Yeah,
I could have done that 3 minutes ago.
It was always a question. You know, it wasn't a question of NSLW are about to you know, win the game or anything, but it was just a question of why not.
They could have done that 3 minutes ago. They didn't. I don't know why.
I think it might have been. I can only imagine they. I mean, it seems like, given that that's what just happened, that they were waiting for level 4 so that they could mana drain the void, get rid of even the possibility of time warp. But I'm pretty sure they had the stun lock they needed to take care of him anyway.
Don't let him get those great levels.
Hunger Killer wants bot rune. He's gonna get it. Eats an Earth Spike. I always think Yoda would have been better to do a mana drain there, honestly.
Radiant's middle tower is under siege.
Hopping up some mana right now. Oh, as MA Ren Dota is caught quite far out on mid lane. He does manage to get the troll, brought down himself though. So, call that a worthwhile trade, would you?
It's okay.
Carry for the support on the mid. I think that
Axe
works
did
in
rotate
favour.
in.
But still, total free farm for this Viper up on top lane.
Yeah.
Although notably, Ember Spirit actually doing better.
So you know what I think?
In terms of last hits, it's close, but it's true. What do you think,
I think Viper Mech isn't good anymore. I think you should go Crimson Guard.
Interesting. I mean, that's more money to invest before you start going for damage items.
Yeah. He needs to be played as an early game hero nowadays. The mech, he needed that mech, but that mana cost hurt him so much. He ran out of mana a lot in Viper, and it's why he's fallen out of the meta to a large extent.
Says the guy who refuses to turn your Wraithband into an Aquila. We've argued about this many times.
No, I don't. You keep saying that. I turn my Wraithband into Aquila every game. That's not true. Not true. I agree. Viper has serious mana problems.
As we see Aquila coming out on Viper.
Even when used to be, you would go for Ags and Aquila, and that would be like enough.
Yeah.
But now, if you do that, you don't really have enough mana for your ult to spam and have mech.
I'm kind of with you, I think, on maybe mech not being, at the very least, being situational, much more situational these days. But I don't know whether Crimson Guard is the place where I'd go straight. Like, I might even be tempted by Necronomicon and some auras, as we have a big fight on mid. Chrono is dropped. Hunger Killer desperately wants to take out Remdota, but brought so low by that tower. Meanwhile, down near bot Rune, we have Troll chasing Matrice, who's gonna die. Yes, he is.
There was a I can't remember exactly who now. There was a well-known Chinese player. I think it was Hao, who was a big Viper player, and he would always build Vanguard instead of mech because he said it was better. He said the damage block element of Vanguard is only like 250 gold, so it's not actually maximized on you. Who cares? You're really there for all those great stats, is what the Vanguard's really about. And the damage block is still good. It's like a poor man's shield. So go get it. And then Crimson Guard is great because it also gives you that buckler and aura, which you really want. I think it works really well as a replacement for mech, and it doesn't have the big mana cost.
I'm just wondering if there might not be better choices. Good Boy taking a huge amount of harass here on this mid, but we've got two heroes here who really excel in deceptive play. You know, you've got IO Tiny, so the idea is you get brought really low, but secretly you can heal yourself up hugely fast. And then you've got Troll, where you look really vulnerable and suddenly you're dishing out massive DPS.
This craggy exterior is really good for Troll. It's really stopping this Troll initiation from working.
And I think Good Boy's doing a great job with the skills, but you're right, he can't afford to right click here. Especially not pop his ult and right click, because he'd just be perma-stunned. Kinda sad that Faceless Void has been having a tougher time. Oh, as Disruptor caught miles away. Matrice though gets glimpsed back. This might see Dota Billy out safe. He's hunting, he's looking for a safe spot for TP, but caught out by the orbs. Pops a static remnant, does run into Rendota though, but he's managed to, at the very least, distract a very large portion of the Radiant team. Good Boy coming in, but running into 4, no, now 5. As Big McDoug and Aluka are also forced to try and retreat. We're going to see Big McDoug finished off Culling Blade, so that'll be a nice little bit of movement speed, which is going to enable Yoda to get really close to this Aluka. He does manage to pop the Hex. There's a mana drain. He doesn't have the mana for an Earth Spike. So no kill. But a nice little mechanic there, the movement speed from Culling Blade. It actually does make a huge difference when you're getting it sequentially after a big team fight when everyone's low. Really helps with the chase. 5 for 2 for Rize. And I'm going to blame that on NSLW being a little bit divey. So what do NSLW do next, Davide? Yeah, I thought he'd be fairly silent. We seems to have a caster malfunction here, so I'll be doing this as a solo cast, at least until I hear from him again. Good boy, getting more damage down on this mid lane.
Can you hear me now, Grumble?
Yes, I can. Hi, how you doing?
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't think
Nope.
my mic was in position. Apparently, we can hear me. I reset it. Sorry about that.
No problem at all. Good boy, getting quite a lot of damage, but we've got Silencer here as well, and it's Matrice who's looking really, really low. There's the Chrono.
Oh, great Chrono.
Finish. Oh, they don't want to finish off the Tiny. They want to do it with the...
Yeah, kill IO first. That was a mistake.
But Hunger Killer being brought really low and finished off there by Axe. Triple kill. Troll, Warlord, Silencer, and Faceless Void. All finished
Always
off
kill IO
in
first.
just a giant, big mash. But the Tiny was so low.
Always kill IO first.
He did die. So fair enough. But like, that was one bash.
They needed that IO hill to save Axe.
Aluka's going to try and run some defense here on this mid lane, but it's risky. And the only reason they didn't dive him there, I think, was because the creep waves weren't quite in the right position.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be for a little while. As we have TPs down on the mid, they want to go for Matrice again. And certainly slowing down that Tiny is going to be one of the things that makes a difference this game. But they're going to need more than this, I think. Especially into what is quite a large Radiant creep wave. Rize Gaming. I mean, they know, apart from anything else, that all they have to do is play the farming game. There's some scary stuff on NSLW and combos which can get team wipes at any point in the game if Troll, Warlord, and Chrono go off right. But in terms of just who'll be in a better position generally, they will definitely, if they can get Ember fed, Tiny fed, definitely be in a better position.
Sure.
Crush on top lane, forced to go 1v1 against a Viper here. That's probably not a great lane for Axe,
It's not
would
going
you
to
say?
work all game. It's not going to work all game. And Ember Spirit's trying to go for this Battle Fury, but he's not really that close. He's behind schedule. He would like to have at least the full Perseverance or one of the swords by now.
Hunger
Does have
Killer
level 9.
looking to possibly get killed down here on bot lane, taking big damage from Matrice. Time walks out to safety.
Yeah, this IO Tiny is a lot more scary.
I think the Ember Spirit is good insurance, as well as being another carry who
reload
can
kit
be
coming out.
up on top lane. I was wondering where they'd gone there, I thought it was mid for a second.
Oh no, top.
And this
Viper
going to be
down.
the first tower of the game, do you think?
They'll probably leave Tiny here. Yep, and then they'll push.
We are going to see
And
gank
Axe
down
will
on
push down.
Marina Dota.
Oh,
Oh,
Axe
but
goes
there's
in.
Axe! Comes in, gets a Culling Blade, that's 1 for 1. There's a quick glimpse, but... Oh, and the haste rune wore off. Or the Culling Blade buff rather wore off.
Oh, he wants it.
Oh, he wants it! Where's Billy going? He doesn't have mana for call. That would have been a dead disruptor there.
Oh wow.
I can only imagine that they spotted out that he didn't have the mana. He does now, though.
Absolutely.
And blink in 3, 2,
Ooh.
1.
Ember Spirit escapes from the troll. That's gonna be nice for the Ember.
Up on top, Matrice again forced out of lane by Aluka. Good boy,
Ooh,
wants
going
to
on, miss.
wants to farm, but here comes the Upai. Yoda misses.
Oh no! What happened?
Looks like Ember's still going for it though. Gets
Yeah,
it.
but
Hunger
it was-
Killer's there though. Wants revenge for that.
Oh,
Oh, and Chrono forced out. Did he not have Time Walk? I guess no. The cooldown would have been too risky.
How
Oh,
did
but
that
here
get
comes
like that?
Matrice with big right clicks. He's going to be able to finish off Dota Billy. Nice rotation into mid lane there from the Tiny. As Hunger Killer finally
No,
does
kill
get
the
hit by that
IO.
Lion Stun.
Kill the IO.
Wouldn't this be a great time for a Chrono, friend? And these orbs, they're doing damage. Hunger Killer might just be finished off by this Urn of
It's gonna
Venom.
be really close.
It is!
Oh, the urn. That
4
was
for
they need
2.
the full urn duration on that one.
As Axe comes in to finish off the tower as well, making this
That
even
was
more of a
close.
win for Rize.
With the backtracks, that could have gone either way on the Faceless Void.
Let's have another quick look at the graphs here. Yeah. That weird spot at the beginning, for the first 5 minutes, was beginning to lose Rize the game by a fairly small amount. They weren't throwing away kills or towers, but they weren't doing a lot of things either. But since then, they have won every engagement. Quite handily as well, as Good Boy looks to be going down again to DUZ Pi, unless he can get a mad number of bashes, which he doesn't quite.
Rize is gonna win the series.
It looks like they are certainly gonna be doing okay here.
Alright, here comes the push from Dyer. So we gotta group up, guys. But actually, the fast split pusher goes for Blade Mail. That's okay.
Easy Pie silenced. He can't escape, and he gets glimpsed back as well. They should need the disruptor ult here. They don't. They do have it. Where was it? Where was the disruptor ult? Well, don't just drop it now. Crush now blinks in, gets a huge berserker's call. So many culling blades as well. He caught a lane of creeps. The Viper ult goes down onto the Tiny. That's going to slow down the DPS a little bit for a little while, but not enough. They do manage to pick off the Viper, and they are now the ones pushing.
They did not go for the IO first. They went for the Ember first.
Another big blink and a huge initiation there from Crush. Hunger Killer does get a nice chrono off on 3. Going to be finished off himself though. And not enough time to kill. Oh no, they did manage to finish off the IO, but Crush gets another Berserker's Call, and that's going to be Good Boy down as well. As Crush manages to make it out. Ultra kill. 4 of those kills going down to the Axe. Crush playing off the chain.
Grumble, no.
No?
The IO. The IO.
The IO's playing well. I'm not saying he's not, but you get chains of dunks, you know? And when you get a chain of dunks, it's undeniably a chain of dunks. Matrice gets glimpsed back, but not enough for a Disruptor to pounce. And pouncing would be very, very risky in any event. And he's caught out by the Ember Spirit on his way back after getting down that tier 1. DUZ Pi though caught out by the Viper at the same time. Aluka wants to get the right clicks down. Here's the IO. As Crush coming in as well to help out, but he's brought low for the first time in the fight and finished off by Faceless Void. That's a 797 gold for that Faceless Void. Relocated out. So, I mean, 1 for 2 for Rize, but 700 gold for the Faceless Void. That's the kind of thing.
Yeah, that's good.
That has some significance. I don't know if it's enough to.
It's a chance.
It's certainly not enough to make up for the Axe Ultra kill, which happened immediately previously. But 700 gold, 800 gold.
And now Ember just a couple hundred from the Battle Fury. And he has full drums too. And Face is only now peeking from Mask of Madness. Still not really a threat to anyone other than maybe.
Well, I mean, he's finished the Mask of Madness.
Yeah, but that's all he has.
So next item for Faceless, I think I know what you're going to say.
I mean, the Maelstrom is a traditional item.
Well,
I almost wonder about
how far away is traditional. Battle Fury used to be the traditional item.
Oh no!
Used to be.
I would go BKB against the tiny, craggy exterior and all this lockdown.
Is the craggy exterior proc magical?
Yes,
it is. Oh, interesting. Normally passive bastards are.
Yeah, you're right, but it's
physical.
This one is
yeah, with BKB then, yeah, that would be great. I mean, the only problem is damage, but I suppose it does give him some.
It's some damage, and he has the Massive Madness, and he has the Troll. And he has good damage from outside the Chrono. He has the Viper. Silencer is good damage dealer.
I really think this game is going to be. I mean, it's looking bad, but this game could be made for NSLW.
It's going to be
with
so hard.
The Disruptor ult. That is the thing that they need to get perfectly.
Then they've messed it up twice in a row now.
They have. That is very true. Tricky business. Tricky business. And top tier 1 has gone down for Radiant, so not really the lane that they can push either. Aluka looking to move out now, but the jungle is empty. Thank you very much, Faceless Void. And a smoke coming out from Rize Gaming. Let's keep our eyes on this. Taking a bit of an unusual route through the jungle here. Where are they going? Oh, are they going to Roche? Ember, Lion, and Axe.
That's not going to work.
No, they're not going to Roche. Hunting now up into the jungle. Who do they look like? Looks like they'll be running into Troll, and that's probably the best person for them. Oh no, they're going up in support of this top push.
But I really like this. This is so good. They're actually, they're a little aimless. If someone says, hey, let's just do a little smoke. Here, the three of us are here, let's just go.
They found Hunger Killer and Aluka. There's the call. That's a call, and Blade Mail popped out from Axe. That's going to do huge things to a Viper.
Troll's out of the way now.
And Troll does manage to get into the fight, but only in time to get absolutely murdered. Hunger Killer comes in as well without the mana for Chrono. Without Chrono of cooldown either. There was nothing he could do there.
They're getting that silencer out. That's such a great smoke.
That's another team wipe.
That's
27 to
a mature
8.
team. A team that can just come up with little things to do. It doesn't. Everything is not always said ahead of time, but people just make decisions. They're working as a team. They're not just following one person. That's the GG. Great smoke. Great decision. Little impromptu things make a difference.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think Rize were playing their best, and as you say, they were being a little aimless at times, and I think that is not good.
No.
It didn't matter. And I think you're right in the sense of make sure you've got the smoke, make sure you try things like that, even if you are a bit aimless at times. But there was definitely areas of Rize's play where they could have improved on a little bit.
But that's an example of how anyone can help solve that. That's a problem that everyone can solve.
Absolutely, and you know, just having the dust, being ready for it, going for it when the time was right. That's how you win games, as we see. Rize Gaming victory. And yeah, AEP just what to say? You know, they had such a good combo, but it just never happened.
Yeah, it never happened.
I think the biggest part of it was the disruptor ult, and that never went down quite right. Maybe it was because they were forced. They were forced to such kind of dire straits that they never got a chance to actually team up as 5 and initiate a fight of their own. But you know, sometimes you have games where you need to be able to get the perfect ultimate down even when you're being initiated on, and they definitely didn't have that today. But yeah, GG to both teams. I think there might be one more coming up today. I'm not entirely sure. I will be checking that out. But whether there is or there isn't, thank you very much for tuning in. Please do stay tuned for tomorrow's games, for next week's games, and please do follow, subscribe as well. And many thanks to David as well.
Very glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Let me get the music on, and I will go and find out if we've got another match on. Cheers, guys.